Hi everyone, and welcome back to another healthy keto eating show, information, and my story for the week. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, great to see you. Thanks for coming back in and joining me in my healthy keto eating show and some information and another story time for you guys. Now this one here is what I made in the slideshow you would have got yesterday, so I hope you got a chance to make it and sit down with me, or one of my other recipes. I have over 200 recipes in my playlist under keto style mukbangs and recipes. Also recipes under my keto treats. I have a lot, you guys. So I hope you got a chance to make one of them and sit down and enjoy this with me. Now, if you're new to my channel, first I would love if you would go to my red subscribe button right there and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you are notified of all of my uploads, since I teach keto and have all of these great recipes. You don't want to miss them. And I have helped many people get their life back. I'm over 2,000 now. And also, if you could do me a favor and share my channel, that would really help me to grow even bigger and help even more. Since we are going through this pandemic and this virus, I want to help as many people get healthy. And they are saying, there's no scientific proof, but they are saying that ketogenic is the best way to eat right now, because it eliminates all the things that they're saying, like diabetes and pre-diabetic and cholesterol and high blood pressure and sugar levels, all of that. They're talking about that being the problem with this, virus going around. So when you do keto, that eliminates all of that. So if you guys could get on the board on that keto train, that would be wonderful. If you need extra help, I do link my email down below, and I'd love to help you get started, teach you macros, and get you set up on a macro plan. Everybody's different, so I need to ask some personal information. But anyways, I have a couple people that did ask for help. If I didn't get back to you yet, I promise I will. I think I would have already gotten back to you, because by the time you get this video, you guys won't get it for a couple days. So hopefully I have gotten back to you. If I have, great. If I haven't, I will get back to you. Just been a little bit busy. But I appreciate all the people that come in and ask for my help. And it's amazing. Everybody that's asked for help has had pure success. And I love it. I love the, messages they send me and tell me through email how great it's working. It finally is working. They're losing the weight. They're, it's just unlike any other way they've ever been taught. I was taught professionally now by a keto doctor, 2 keto nutritionists, and my brother who teaches this as a job, and all the studying I done myself, okay? And what I did was in 2015 of November is when I started the ketogenic, and I lost 150 plus pounds in 15 months. And then I've lost a little bit more, like a little bit over that. Now I'm at like a little over 160 now, 160 pounds that I've lost total. But I am over 4 years in. This April here, this month here, I am 3 years maintenance mode. I've been able to maintain that weight. I was 300 pounds, or right there at 300. And now today I weigh between 128 and 130. And I have maintained that out for 3 years. And I love all the recipes I make. Maintenance mode, the calories are higher now and everything. I do what's called OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. And I'm doing that right now because of this pandemic going on. I want to be the healthiest I can. And after 18 hours, you hit what's called autophagy. I've done a video on that. Just go into my playlist, look under my keto journey, and you'll see I've done a video on autophagy, what it does for you. It's amazing what it does. When you hit autophagy, your body is killing off old cells and building new ones, making you new, young, helping old skin, helping old cells that are in your body that are dying off and building new ones to keep you healthy. And it's just wonderful. I mean, why do they make you fast before you go into surgery? They want you the healthiest you can be. So fasting is wonderful. So I do 1 meal a day. I do all of my calories in 1 meal. So I try to get it pretty heavy. But what I got here, let's see, would that be, okay, so, I lost the weight in the 15 months and I've maintained it out, and I am healthier than I could ever be. I started off back in 1998 when I delivered my son. I developed a heart condition called postpartum cardiomyopathy, and I had a bad heart. I was on over 20 medications. It wasn't just for the heart. I started adding in more for cholesterol. I was pre-diabetic. I had IBS, PCOS, GERD. I had so many things wrong with me. High blood pressure, did I mention that? High triglycerides, you name it, I had it. I've eliminated off of all those meds. I was on them for 16 years. And when I started the ketogenic, that's when things changed and I got off all of my meds. I take 2 meds today for the heart, which are only very low dose, and the doctor doesn't even know if I even really need them, but he just wants me to keep them because it is a very low dose. One's a beta blocker called Corig, and the other one is lisinopril, which people take for high blood pressure, but mine isn't for that. My blood pressure is very low. They had to give me a very tiny dose of it. What it does is just help the way the blood pumps. Mine kind of pulls a little bit, but my heart when I first started was at 8%. I'm now at almost 50%, and that's pretty much a normal heart for people. I am a little bit under. There still is a little bit of an abnormality to it, but I had it for 16 years. Had I done the ketogenic way back then, I would have cured it. But because my heart had went so long with it, it kind of got used to it. But I pretty much am at a normal range, which is great. I used to have to see the doctor every like 3 months. Now I see him every 2 years, the heart doctor. So yeah, it's amazing. And they tell me, keep doing what you're doing because everything's great. And I'm just excited to report that I had gotten off all those meds. Keto, when you do the keto, you're going to get off all these meds. You're going to feel amazing. Your body's going to change. You're going to lose the weight. I didn't even exercise during that time. I couldn't. I had a car accident in 2015. 2005. I'm sorry. And my back was so messed up and so bad, so I couldn't even exercise until after I lost all the weight, and now I do. I walk, I exercise in the house. Now that we're quarantined, I do more in the house. But I do get out and walk because we were told, and I want to tell you guys, because I know a few of you were mentioning that I did my outfit outside and that I shouldn't be out. I'm supposed to be quarantined. Here in Minnesota, they told us where, the county that I live in is okay for us to get out and walk, and they actually recommend that you get out and walk and get exercise and stuff like that. Enjoy the wonderful weather, which was wonderful. We're starting to get cold again right now, but it was wonderful. So that day I did get out, but they just said just keep the social distance 6 feet apart. Don't go into big crowds. Don't go into family gatherings and stuff like that. I'm not doing that. I was outside. Very little people were there, and we kept our 6 feet away. So everything's fine. So don't worry, you guys. I know people are saying you're supposed to be quarantined inside. Well, remember, every state and every county is going to be different. Well, ours isn't that big right now, and I keep myself very healthy. I keep the house spotless. I wash everything. I wash my hands. When I did the outfit, I didn't touch nothing. I sanitized immediately in the car when I was done. Well, I actually had it with me. I was sanitizing as I touched anything where I was. But I keep myself very healthy. I do the keto. I do 1 meal a day. I eat healthy. I take supplements and everything. So I get my vitamin C, my vitamin D. I do everything that I need to do. So I'm staying healthy. Don't worry, guys. And we're told that we can go out and enjoy our walks and runs and all of that. And it doesn't matter because my husband works. So, he's out and about. We just make sure when he comes through the door, we spray him down and get his clothes off, get that, him in the shower, spray his shoes. He takes his shoes off right at the door so I can spray the floor. I wash the handles, all that. I'm very cautious, you guys. Now, I am a Christian. I do believe in God, but they say to take precaution. You still got to be smart. We lock our doors. We wear our seatbelts. We go to doctors. We take meds. We do all of that as a Christian. We still need to do that because, God gives everybody a free will. So we need to be smart. So take precaution and be smart, but fear not, for God is with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And that's said it 365 times in the Bible. It talks about fearing not. If you are a Christian, you have nothing to fear. And I don't mean just because God won't let you get the virus. I just mean he'll always be with you and you will have nothing to fear. And when we leave this world, we go to streets of gold if you believe in God. And the thing is when God is with you, you feel like he's there, he's wrapped around you. And, when your time is up, your time is up. This isn't our permanent home, so our permanent home is in heaven if you believe in God. And so just, live your life, do and take precaution, do everything they tell you, wear your mask in the stores and all that and your gloves and all that. Be safe, but be smart, but trust the Lord and be happy. Don't fear this. This is nothing to fear, you guys. And I'll say that in every video. And I'm going to read a Bible verse to you, and I'll do that right now. I'm going to read one that I thought was great for today, which is, I love to read these verses to you guys, which is 1 Peter, let's see, 1 Peter, I wrote it down. Make sure I write the read the right one to you guys. 1 Peter 12 and 13. Okay. Dear friends, do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal that has come on you to test you. God will put us through tests too to see how close we'll become to him or how much we will trust him. Okay? As though something strange were happening to you, but rejoice in as much as you participate in the sufferings of Christ, so that you may overjoy when his glory is revealed. Isn't that a beautiful verse, Saint? It's 1 Peter 12 and 13. Make sure you read that one. You know, today is actually Good Friday. This is the day that our good Lord took on the sins of the world and died on the cross for us. He shed his blood for each and every one of us, so that if we believeth in him, we shall not perish but have everlasting life. But you do need to be a Christian, walk with God, and believe that Jesus did die on the cross for us. And then Easter's coming up Sunday, where he rose again. And Jesus will come back again. He promised to return again, to come back again and get all of his people. If our life hasn't ended before he comes back, then we'll get to come back with him. Otherwise, we'll already be in heaven. But remember, guys, things like this is in Revelations. You know, this pandemic going on, read Revelations. It talks about end times. We're drawing nearer and nearer to end times. So we need to be ready, you guys. We need to be ready for the good Lord to take us. So read your Bible, you know, walk with God daily. Start the day, go through the day, and end the day with God. Have your prayer closet, which I don't literally mean a closet, but go into a room by yourself and read scripture. Pray to God. He wants you to pray to him. He loves to hear from you. Each and every person, he loves to hear from you. Get on your hands and knees. The old-fashioned way, the way God, Christ would want you to pray. You know, do that for him. I mean, he has done so much for us, dying on the cross. If you ever read about crucifixion, you'll get sick to your stomach. It is one of the worst excruciating pains anybody could go through, and Jesus suffered even more. He had the thorn, the crown of thorns on his head that were shoved into his head. He had to carry his own cross. He was beat and suffered horribly, you guys, horribly. And then the crucifixion itself was horrible, and spit on and ridiculed and said, "Here lies the King of the Jews." I mean, they just were horrible to him. And yet he did this for all of us because he loved us so much. And, you know, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. John 3:16. Remember that. Read that. And, you know, give yourself to God during this time. This is what God wants. That's why we're going through this. Read Revelations. There's so much sin in the world, and so many people walked away from God. God needs us back. Go back to God. Get back with God. Walk with God, and you will fear nothing. This won't even scare you, because no matter what, we go to heaven if something happens to us. So fear not, you guys. Please live your life for Christ. And if you don't know how to do that, you can send me an email and I'll show you how you ask God into your heart and how you get him there and keep him there with you. But let's do this, you guys. You want to end this pandemic? Get your life right with Christ, and this is going to end. God can end it just like that, and it's going to end. We're going to come to an end, and we're going to be stronger through this, and it's going to teach us that this wasn't, something that had to be bad, but it will teach us, and it will make us love more and love Jesus more and appreciate what we do have, because a lot has been taken from us. But you know what? So what? We're home with our families. People that have their children at home. My child is grown and moved, and my husband's children don't live with us. So it's me and my husband, but you know what? It's given me more time with my husband, more time with God, and that's what God wants. So take that time for him. All right, let's get on to this mukbang and story time. So glad to see all of you guys in here, and I hope all of you guys are healthy, happy, and safe, especially my good friend Stacy, who lives in New Jersey, which is pretty high right now. Girl, I love you. I'm praying for you every day. My good friend Jennifer, who actually is a nurse and is in this all day long. Praise God for her and her help, and Jesus will bless her. And I also praise another woman that watches me. I can't remember her name. I believe it's a woman. If it's a man, I'm sorry, but also a nurse. Thank you for your help in this pandemic too. Bless you, and God will bless you eternally for what you're doing. And just pray for everybody, you guys. Pray for everybody in the safety of everybody. So it's important that we do that, and pray for our families to be safe. And ask God every day for that armor. I put on the armor of God every day. Read it. It's in the Bible. Just look up the armor of God. I can't remember the verse. Ephesians. I can't remember it. But it's in Ephesians. Look it up and put the armor of God on. Do the Lord's Prayer. Look up the Lord's Prayer. Say the Lord's Prayer, and then do your prayer for the day. And then also spend time with God. Listen to Christian music. Listen to all kinds of stuff on YouTube on Fear Not. You guys get right with God. We need God. We need him. And we need to stick with him even when this is over. Don't forget about him when it's over. So, all right, let's go on to this. You guys, I have made a chicken and dumplings keto style, and my bowl is only 7.5 carbs. It made 2 servings, so you could double it, quadruple it. When you would have seen the video yesterday, if you didn't see it, the recipe was in yesterday's video. It's a slideshow. Definitely go in there and learn how to make it. But I'm excited. I've not tried it yet because I make my video and I sit down and do this video too. I do the slideshow and the video and all in the same day. So I haven't tried it yet, but I'm excited to be having chicken and dumplings, you guys. Oh my gosh. And the chicken I used was a fajita, already pre-made chicken, because I couldn't get any chicken this time when I went to the store. You just can use chicken breast, that's fine. Or you can use what I did, the pre-made fajita mix, which is just easier. Pop in the microwave, heat them up, cut it up, and put them in. It's just quicker too. It makes it a lot easier on you. But know that 3 ounces of that is going to be 1 carb then, okay? But I'm telling you right here with that in it, so it would be less carb. It would be a carb less if you used real chicken, like chicken breast, and just cut it up. Then it would be only 6.5 carbs a bowl. So mine's 7.5 carbs a bowl because I have 3 ounces of chicken in here, and then with the dumplings and everything. But can you believe that? Just 7.5 carbs for this whole bowl. That's what I mean. And it made 2 servings. I'm drinking a can of Zevia, which is the ripe soda that we can drink. It's made with stevia, and this is the strawberry flavor one. And I either do water or things like this. Sometimes I will have a soda, but I really try to get the ones with the aspartame because I can't really do a lot of circles. I can. It doesn't kick me. It just kicks my color down a little bit, which just means if you buy those ketone strips, if you're new to my channel, you urinate on them like a pregnancy test, and I'll tell you what level you're at. The darker the color, the more fat you're burning, because this is a fat burning diet. It's a high fat, low carb diet. Okay, but remember, if you're first starting and trying to lose weight, you're going to lower that fat that they talk about, the 75 to 85%. That's for somebody like me in maintenance, or somebody trying to gain weight would eat even more fat. And good healthy fats, avocado, eggs, red meats, fish, like omega-3 fish, omega acids or omega-3 fish. Dressings would be olive oil, coconut oil, MCT oil for your coffee, avocado oil, butter, things like that. You can eat things like that when you're in maintenance mode like me, but when you're not, when you're trying to lose weight, try to eliminate just some of that. Just lower it a little bit. Everybody's going to be a little bit different, but the more fat you lower out and you use your body fat as that number, you're going to lose weight quicker, okay? So where some people might eat 110 to 150 grams of fat a day, you're going to eat more like 75 to, maybe if you're working out, maybe up to 90 to 100 grams, maybe even a little lower, if you're getting to the point where you're trying to get to the end of your journey and losing the last year weight, you're going to lower even more. But you're going to use that body fat as your high fat, and I was taught that professionally. So, and you can even look that up and study that, and you'll learn that. So, but like I said, I'm doing 1 meal a day. I do 1 meal a day. So, and then my soda, like I said, or you urinate on the strips, and that's what it is. Or you can buy the Keto Mojo, which is blood, which can be tested immediately after you try something. You can test it immediately. It's just more expensive. It's $50. You get 50 strips, and then when you need the strips, it's $50 for the strips, and you only get 50 strips. It's $1 a strip. Or you can do the ketone strips, where you can buy at any local drugstore or Walmart, and they're called ketone strips, and you urinate on them, like I said, and they are $6 for 50 strips. Now, you want to wait hours, though. You want to do it like late in the evening. Like if you're up late, like 2 o'clock, and between 12 and 2 at night, or first thing in the morning when you wake up. Test them before you eat or anything. That would be the best results that you're going to get on something, to see if something kicked you out. But anyways, so like I said, I do 1 meal. So I'm having the soda. I'm having this bowl. I'm having, and I've got my protein in there. I've got my protein with my 2 Good yogurt. I'm doing a 2 Good yogurt, which also has 13 grams of protein, plus my protein from my chicken in here, and the almond flour has protein. And I do have a serving of nuts in here. I'm doing pecans, and it says good vibes only. Good vibes only, people. Good vibes only. So that's got it. And then I'm going to have a bag of protein chips, and this has got 21 grams of protein. So I have plenty of protein. You want to make sure you meet your protein macro. They're macros, and how your calories are made up of protein, fat, and carb. Okay, the carb and the fat, you don't have to meet those macros that they talk about. You can go less than 20. You don't want to go over 20. Okay, you want to stay 20 or less to stay in a state of ketosis, but so you can go lower, below that. You can go 0 and do carnivore. You don't even have to eat a carb. But 20 or less, and then the fat, you want to go lower if you have body fat. You want to use your body fat, unless you are in maintenance mode or trying to gain weight. Then you're going to eat the fat, okay, because you need it. But protein, that one you need to meet. That's the most important, and that is at least half your current body weight, if not even a little bit more. It's important to get your protein, or you'll lose hair, your nails will get brittle, just everything, your skin will be bad, everything will be bad. You need your protein. It's important. Okay, all right. Lot of talking here. Let's try this. Oh my gosh. I wanted this to cool off anyways. It was really hot, and I wanted because I baked these in the oven. I didn't throw them in here to cook them in here. I baked them in the oven. I wanted them to get, like an actual dumpling. So let's get a nice bite here. Got celery in here. I've got cauliflower rice in here. I've got chicken in here. So let me get a piece of chicken, some celery, and I just want to get a nice bite for you guys so you see it. Okay, stand up close here to show you guys. See if you can see that. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Let's turn this light a little bit so you can see better. Look at that dumpling in there. Yum, yum, yum. I can't wait to try it. I haven't had chicken and dumplings, well, way before keto. Oh my God. Yum, yum, yum. Oh my God, that is so good, you guys. Definitely tastes like a chicken and dumpling. Wow. Let them soak. I think I explained that in my slideshow, so don't worry about that. Let them soak. I mean, they're going to bake in the oven. You take them out and then put them in your bowl like that and let them sit in there for just a little bit so they get soft. So it's like a dumpling. I mean, these things are already soft, but you want them softer. You want them to pick up the flavors of the chicken. And if you didn't see the recipe, even in this, when I made the biscuits, I did put in, it's made with almond flour. I did put in some chicken bouillon into the mixture as I mixed it so that they had more of a chicken flavor. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Oh my gosh, the soup is delicious. Perfect for this weather too, because like I said, it's a little chilly. Today's not too bad. It's like 45 today, which you guys are going to say is cold if you live in a warm state. Us Minnesotans, that's good to us. That feels really good. But it is going to get colder, and we actually have snow coming on Easter. So today when you see this video, it'll be Easter. Happy Easter to all of you. Remember what today is, the day Jesus rose. And yeah, we're supposed to get snow today when you see this video. But we're not getting a lot. It's supposed to be just accumulations. There's just parts of Minnesota that's going to get a lot more, but we're just supposed to get just a flurry. So, and I'm supposed to do my outfit that day because that's my Easter outfit, and I wanted you guys to see that. That'll be my Easter outfit, so I'm supposed to do it that day, and I'm just going to do it right here where we live, just because it's going to be chilly. Hopefully there won't be too much snow because I have high heels I'm wearing, but they said just flurries. But I can warm up. I can keep going in and warming up. I can't wait for you guys to see that outfit. Oh my gosh, you guys, you have to make this. Oh my God, I was always the person that loved chicken and dumplings. A very much of a comfort food. I've got celery in here. I've got cauliflower rice in here. The riced cauliflower, sorry, chicken. And then heavy cream. And then the water. And then the chicken bouillon. And then I made the little dumplings. Oh my gosh, my husband loves soup. He's going to freak when he has this. Yum. Oh my gosh. I was trying to figure out what to put with all of this so I can get all my calories in for the day. The heavy cream in here would give me, you know, that. And then, of course, everything else isn't real heavy with the celery and the cauliflower rice and the bouillon and all of that. Wouldn't have a lot of fat. But the nuts, the serving of nuts is going to have the fat. This has got the fat. And I don't have it here, but I will add in a coffee fat bomb. I'm going to make myself a fat bomb with coconut oil, or MCT, I'm sorry, MCT oil. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of MCT oil in it. That will give me all the calories and fat I need for the day after having that. I do it when I break my fast. So if I don't get enough calories, then I make a fat bomb coffee, which I'm going to do the MCT. You can do coconut oil, MCT, butter, however you want, but I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of the MCT, and then I'm also going to add a little bit of the sugar-free creamer in it. And then mix it up really good, and that's what I'm going to have to get the rest of my fat in. And, you know, always make sure you get your nutrition in, especially when you're doing one meal. And I do a one-a-day vitamin with the extra vitamin D in it, and then I take vitamin D, and I take fish oil a few times a day. And I also get the sun. When the sun's out, I do get the sun that way, and I get my vitamin C every day, so I'm doing everything I need to do. Holy cow, you guys, this is good. Oh my God. My grandma loved chicken and dumplings. She would totally eat this. Totally eat this. I love these chips. The Quest chips, these are the barbecue flavor, and they are only 3 net grams. Only 3 grams of carbs. Perfect amount of chips. I love them. Yum, yum, yum. They make the potato chips. They make a barbecue, a barbecue, a cheddar and sour cream, a sour cream and onion, a plain, and then they make the tortilla chips in the ranch, nacho, chili lime, and a taco flavor one now. I love Quest. So, story time, story time. All right, I'm going to tell you about a story. My dad, and how adrenaline rush really can make a person like Superman, can make you super strong, okay? My father, who we lost back in 2001, he died. 2001? No, 2002. Sorry. I can't believe I forgot that. 2002, because it was in January, so I believe it was 2002. I don't know why I just drew a blank on that. Yeah, 2002. Anyways, that's the one that I'm going to talk about. We were at home and we were out barbecuing, and we had a neighbor. We lived in a duplex, townhomes, right next to each other, like side by side duplex. And the people that lived next door, not the ones that lived side by side with us, that shared that house with us, like the wall, it was the people next door to them. Did not get along with my dad. The guy that lived there, he was just kind of a jerk or whatever. He didn't get along good with my dad or anything. So they stayed away from each other. Yeah, my dad and him didn't get along. The guy was just a jerk. He really was. But thank God for my dad when I tell you the story. But anyways, we were out just doing a barbecue. It was summer. And this guy was out working on his car. He had it lifted up on the, not jacked up, but he had it up on the ramps. I believe he was changing a tire or fixing something in the tire. Okay? We were all playing outside, and, as kids, we were very little. I was 9 or 10. This was the same place that happened where that thing with that guy, the last story I told you. Same place we lived in. And we're out there playing. My dad had built us a fort. It was really cool. My dad had built this great big giant house fort that we played in. And after a while, my aunt got it years later when we got older, and she runs a daycare, and my aunt got it, and it's still in existence. And my dad built it when I think he wrote on the side 9. He put everybody's age and name on the side, and I was 9 years old when he built it. It was the coolest thing ever. It had 2 levels. You could go up into the ag part, and it had a down part. It had windows. We had curtains on. It was the coolest thing. Like, you could fit 5 people in there. Like, it was just awesome. My dad had built this for us. But we were playing while Dad was barbecuing, and that guy was next door working on his car. And he would get out and grab parts and then get back under and get out and grab parts. And my dad keeps going back and forth. He's cooking, barbecuing for us. So he's going in and out of the house. And of course, watching us because we're out in the yard and we're young. I would have been, my brother Mark would have been the oldest, but he's only a few years older. So still not old enough to really watch us. So Dad and Mom are, watching us back and forth. And all of a sudden, that guy next door let out a yell. We heard a loud noise. The car had dropped. Okay, we heard this noise. The car had dropped, and the guy got stuck up in the tire because the way he was working, his body got stuck up into the tire, like literally as this thing rolled off. So be careful when you put your car up on ramps, and don't let kids get around there because this car somehow rolled. It rolled. And as he's working on the tire, he's jerking it and stuff like that. That's what happened. And he's up under it like this. And he gets stuck up in the tire. And he was able to yell out one yell, and that's it. Then he couldn't breathe anymore. The guy could not breathe because it trapped him. But he got the one yelp out when it went on top of him. And my dad had heard that. And my dad went running over there, and he did everything, trying to help him, like trying to figure out how to get him out. He's trying to pull him out. He's trying to do everything. He can't get out. And the guy is suffocating. He's starting to turn blue. He's suffocating. He cannot breathe. So my dad, didn't know what to do. And this adrenaline rush went through him so strong. And my dad felt it. My dad lifted. And I don't remember this car, what it was, what kind of car, but it was a heavy car. My dad lifted this car up in the air, lifted it, and got the guy out. He was able to get out. He slid out. They got him out. His family got him out. They called the ambulance and all of that. But my dad lifted this car off of this guy from the adrenaline rush, from the scare, from the fear inside of him. He lifted a car off of somebody. And Thank God the guy was okay. I think he broke a couple ribs. I can't remember what happened, but thank God my dad was where he was at the time. Thank God for that adrenaline rush and all of that. And thank God that my dad, was right there when he heard that yelp, because I mean we heard it drop, but we didn't really hear the yell. I didn't, my dad did. And thank God, because he was going back and forth doing barbecuing. He was going in and out of the house. God had him there at the right time. It wasn't that guy's time. He gave my dad the strength to lift this car off of this guy. After it was all done, the guy got home after he was in the hospital for a few days. He came over to thank my dad. They became best of friends then. He thanked my dad for saving him. My dad used to work, he was an EMT. Worked for an ambulance, also worked for a police department. So, my dad worked in a lot of that field. So he went over, and this guy that hated my dad didn't hate him, just he hated my dad. So he went over and he thanked him for saving his life. They said it would have killed him. He was suffocating. He had broke a couple ribs, I think, and he would have died. Okay, somebody not been around. I mean, I don't know if anybody else could have done what my dad did, could have lifted this car off of him. I have no idea. Well, obviously it was his time to be there, so somebody maybe, but God had my dad be there. After it was all over, he just couldn't believe that. He goes, you actually lifted the car off me? Like, he asked him, how did you get the car off me? Because people were telling him that he lifted it off. He goes, no way, you lifted the car off of me? And he said, yeah, and we were all a witness to it. Well, yeah, we were, because we did see my dad lift it, because we're over there now watching my dad try to do this, and we seen him lift it, so we're all telling him, yes, my dad lifted it off, and neighbors were there telling him, yes, he lifted the car off of you. So he said, let's go out there again and see if he can lift the car. I'm just curious if you can actually lift this car. He's like, you're the Hulk. Like, how did you lift this giant, like, LTD or whatever it was? It was a giant car. So my dad went out there and tried, of course, and couldn't lift it. Could not lift it to save his butt. He tried over and over and over and couldn't lift it. So what the power of God that was put through my dad and that adrenaline rush made my dad strong enough to lift that car off of that guy and save his life. They became the best of friends. They did from that. I mean, my dad saved his life. So it's just amazing, how strong people really can be when you get that adrenaline rush that goes through you, and how strong you really can be. Because then my dad tried to lift it again. He couldn't. My dad was a strong guy, too. He was in karate. We would watch my dad break boards, big boards and stuff, but he wasn't strong enough to lift a car. Cars are thousands of pounds. But he was strong enough that day. But after that, he's like, I just want to see if you can lift it. And he tried. And they made jokes all the time about that. Like, God, you can't even lift the car. Like, how'd you lift it off of me? And thank God you could. He used to call my dad the Hulk then. I believe that's what he used to call him. And he used to call him the Hulk. He said, what's up, Hulk? So it's like my dad turned into the Hulk that day. But it's just amazing stories like that I like to tell. And I'm sure many of you have amazing stories too. But it's just amazing that my dad could do that, and that God gave him the strength to do that and save that guy's life. How? That's what I'm saying. When your time is up, your time is up. Unless you take your own life, and that's what I truly believe. Unless you're really messed up in the head and you don't know when you're taking your life. Usually if somebody takes their life, they don't know what they're doing anyways. So even that, I'm not too sure about. But I'm just saying, if you take your own life, that's when, that was you taking your own life. But other than that, God is ultimately in charge of your life. So worrying about this pandemic, this virus going around, worrying about it isn't going to help you. It just makes your cortisone levels go up. It stops you from weight loss. It's making people go crazy and want to just eat all day long. Don't do that. You want to stay healthy. You don't want the cortisone levels to go up like that. You don't want your blood pressure to go up. You don't need any of that to go up, because if you get this virus, you want to be healthy. You want to be one of the ones that just get it and it goes through you quick and you get to stay home and all of that, okay? So stay healthy. Get on this keto train. I'm telling you guys, it's the best decision I ever made. Oh my gosh, I want to give this to my grandmother. I wish she was alive. My grandmother loved foods like this. Mom, if you're watching, I'm going to make this next time you come over. Next time we get to be back together after this quarantine, I'm going to make this for you, because my mom loves soups. She'll love this. And to know it's all keto. Yum. So, how is everybody doing? If you could send me a message now, down below. I love reading the messages. I am home all day now, more because of this quarantine and all that. I mean, we can go out and do some walking and stuff, but basically, that's the limit. So I'm still in the house or whatever. If you could just send me some more messages, any of you guys that watch me could send me a message, I would appreciate it. Let me know how you're doing. Do you know anybody that got this? Did you get it? Do you have it? Do you know anybody in your family that got it, or a friend that got it? Are they suffering? Did any of you lose anybody? If you did, I'm sorry. Rest in peace for the people that are lost, that lost their lives during this. But just let me know. And how are you dealing with this? How are you, dealing with it? If you are on keto, have you gone off keto? Has it been harder for you? I just want to know those things. I would love to know. If you could please message me and just let me know. I'd like to read that. I don't always get back to everybody right away, but I've been a little quicker now because I have a little bit more time. But I'm a clean fanatic, and I clean all the time, and now I'm cleaning even more because of this pandemic. I mean, I'm just constantly washing something. I mean, I spring clean once a week. Every Monday is my spring clean. It'd be like a half spring clean. And then every 6 weeks, I spring clean, where I will actually get up then and do the cupboards, the doors, the ceiling fans, all of that. That's every 6 weeks. But every week, I go through this place top to bottom. I wash everything, pictures on the wall, everything. Clean the bathroom, the floors, the vacuum. I mean, of course, I do that more often. But I just mean I go through and I do a really good job every week. And then every Monday, it's Mondays for me for that. And then every 6 weeks I go through, and then I do like up on top of the cupboards, the cupboard doors, the refrigerator gets cleaned out, stuff like that. But like the washing of the blankets and all of that, and the towels, that gets done weekly. So, and now even more because I'm a clean fanatic. So, but I still love your messages. Send me some messages. I'd love to read them. I'd love to know how you're dealing with this. I got a few of you that have messaged me about it. And some of you also are leaning on Jesus. That's wonderful. Not afraid. You're getting through this. But more of you, if you could tell me how you're dealing with this, let me know how you feel about it. So great, creamy. And having the cauliflower rice in here, it's almost like I had rice in here. So filling, too. I will definitely have to make a small cup of coffee, because I'm already full from that soup. And I just want to make sure, because I, do only one meal. I'm not completely full yet. I can still eat a little bit more, but I always get my calories in so that I stay healthy. So I want to go below and try to, lose more and improve my metabolism and all that, since I'm in maintenance mode, and only do one meal. They do talk about it. And they say if you can't do one meal and you can't get enough calories in that one meal, then definitely do what's called 2-MAD. Sorry, I just spit out some chip. It's called 2-MAD, which means 2 meals a day. If it's harder for you to get your calories in the one. But I seem to do pretty good with it. I've been doing it now almost a month. I want to stay as healthy as I can. I'm going to have a few bites of this. And then I'm going to get off, because I don't want to make this too long. And I'm almost at 40 minutes. Blueberry with pecans. Yum. I don't have no whipped cream this time. I do have whipped cream. I just didn't add it. Sometimes I just like it without it. But a lot of times I like the whipped cream too. Just wanted it without it today. Yum. Okay. I'm going to finish this off. I got a few chips left here too. But I hope you guys enjoyed this mukbang, this healthy keto eating show. I should say, I don't like to call it a mukbang anymore. Healthy keto eating show, and my story time and the information I gave you. Again, all of you guys, keep your faith in God. Read the Bible. Pray. Spend time with God. Get on your knees the old-fashioned way and pray. Keep God with you all day long. Don't fear this. There's nothing to fear. Read in the Bible. It'll tell you 365 times. It'll tell you not to fear. You have nothing to fear. As you know, get God into your life, and you are going to feel like He is there holding your hand, wrapping you. If you ever heard the footprint story, when the guy was at the hardest time of his life, there was always 2 sets of prints. When there was only 1 set, that's when the guy was going through the hardest time. And he said, "Where were you?" And he said, "That's when I was carrying you." So a lot of you that are going through hard times, lean on God and He will literally carry you. Like, I feel God hugging me and holding me every day and holding my hand through this because I haven't been scared at all. I'm not going to say I don't think about it when I hear the media. Stay away from the media. Okay, just stay away from it. Unless you want to stay up on it. I mean, I just let my husband take care of that. I just stay away from the media and just lean on God and, wait for that day when they say virus free. I'm going to start randomly, like I said, hugging people. So, but anyways, I hope all of you guys are doing well, keeping the faith in God. Stay strong. Read your Bible. Read that Bible. Take it everywhere. I take it everywhere. I even take it in my purse when I leave. Take it everywhere. Take God with you everywhere. Keep Him, well, He's always here in your heart if you ask Him in there, but take the Bible with you. Always have the Bible so you can share it with others too. It's our job to do that. We need to teach everybody about God. We need to do that as Christians. So do that and stay healthy. Get on keto. If you're not on keto, get on keto. If you need help, my email's down below. I'll help you, or watch my videos. I give lots of good information. Go into my playlist, look under keto journey, all of that. I give lots of information in all of my recipe videos, my eating videos, my journey videos, all of that. I give lots of information. So watch those videos and get on that keto train. If you're new to it, get on it. If you need help, like I said, I'll help you. Or watch the videos. If you are on it and have slipped off, get back on it. Please, right now, guys, you need to be on it. You need to be healthy. And this is the healthiest way you're going to be. And fear not, because God is with you. I love all of you guys very much. Everybody take care. God bless. And I will see each and every one of you in my very next upload. Happy Easter to all of you. And sorry you couldn't be with your family, but that's 1 year. I'm 44, so I had 43 years of Easter. I think I can handle just being home with my husband. So stay with your kids, stay healthy and safe, and take all precaution. Love you guys. Everybody take care and God bless. And always remember to keep it keto.